Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So lately we just had the kind of a rush of new Impossible and Colossal quests, but that's over for now. So I thought I would turn my attention back to the Tower of Champions. There were a couple of things that I wanted to make videos of. And then one was a showcase of Hamelin. Hamelin is one of the most maybe underrated characters in the game. But I really do like him, and I was very happy to pull him finally. So I wanted to show how and where he is useful, and then kind of the main concept of this run is to show him in a null gravity barrier mission with a bunch of characters that do not have null gravity barrier in order to make it more accessible to them. And then this is floor 30 of the Tower of Champions, one of my favorite missions in the game. And gimmicks here are null gravity barriers and null damage walls. And then my only null gravity barrier character is Hamelin. And then he does have that strike shot where you can get rid of gravity barriers with whatever gravity barrier you touch with him with his strike shot. And then I'm going to bring a bunch of guys with just a null damage wall. And the first character I'm using is Raphael, Transcendent. She has null damage wall and recovery, so she'll help me keep my HP up. She's got a strong bump combo, the cross laser and then the poison lock-on shockwave. And then a command strike shot. And then this strike shot is important because she does not have null gravity barrier, so in all the gravity barriers around, her strike shot will be very, very limited in its usefulness. But with Hamelin's strike shot that gets rid of the gravity barriers, I reason that that would make it more effective for this mission. Next up is Lucifer, Ascension, and she's basically the same story. Null damage wall, strong bump combo, and then a command strike shot, which will benefit from the lack of gravity barriers. And then finally I'm using Lancelot, Transcendent, and again, null damage wall, pretty strong bump combo. And then he has a becomes a pierce strike shot. And yeah, I didn't really pick him for any particular reason except that I like him a lot. But it turns out that I completely forgot to bring any Pierce characters on this team. And then there are a couple stages where I kind of need Pierce characters. So having his strike shot turned out to be useful. Like this one, for example. Yeah, this is the Bishamonten stage. There are a couple of characters that are the anti-bounce types. So I do need Lancelot's strike shot here. And although all of my 3 null damage wall guys have strong bump combos, so they don't really need to move around as much, still, I would like to get rid of this gravity barrier so that I could move around more. And then, you know, get more direct attacks on the boss, get more hits in the healing wall, and then set off more bump combos. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll use Hamelin's strike shot. And actually, besides getting rid of the gravity barrier, it's also a speed and power up. And it's pretty good for a 12-turn strike shot. And that's one thing that should not be forgotten when using Hamelin, is that his strike shot can be used as a speed and power up. And since it's only 12 turns, it could be used fairly effectively as a strike shot to get around the magic panels. I can't think of any mission immediately that has both magic circles and gravity barriers, but if it ever does come up, he would be really useful there. Alright. So I didn't end up using Lancelot's strike shot to get rid of all of the null or anti-bounce guys, just because I was able to do enough damage to the boss. Okay. So here is Marish then, and then this boss, he has null gravity barriers around him sometimes. It comes and goes. So I didn't feel like it was very worth using Hamelin strike shot here, since even if I got rid of it, it would probably come back again pretty quickly, so I just left it and then relied on the bump combos. But we'll use Lancelot's strike shot here again to get rid of this anti-bounce guy. And then not a whole lot Hamelin can do here. If he goes left to right, he'll hit the damage wall. If he goes up and down, he will hit the anti-bounce guy. So we'll just choose the option that does not hurt us. Alright. And then with Lucifer here, I could have done a left to right, just a standard attack. Or I could have done like down and then below Marishten, and then hopefully work my way over so that I could set off Raphael's bump combo as well. And that's what I did, and that turned out okay. And then yeah, that's the gravity barrier coming back, so... Okay. With Hamelin, we'll set off... no. We don't have the damage wall on the right, so I was able to do the left and right attack here. And yeah, another thing I really like about Hamelin is that he's got the blast bump combo, which is really great, especially for a team like this that has a lot of other strong bump combos. Alright, I would have liked to have started the next stage with my guys in the lower half of the screen, but we'll see if we can make this work. Alrighty, this is the Daikokten stage, maybe the most difficult stage before the boss sequence. We want to get rid of the two Praetos in the corners because they have a one-hit KO. And then there are two masks on the side of Daikokten there. If we take them down, they'll do a very damaging attack. Not a one-hit KO, but very strong. And then the boss has their own damaging attack as well, so... And yeah, lots of gravity barriers as well, so it's really going to slow down my guys. Alright, 2 turns until the Praetor's one-hit KO. Alright, gotta make it on this shot. We're gonna try to pinch underneath the Praetor there. Alright, perfect. We did take damage from the damage wall, but I felt it was worth it to do that. Okay, so now it's just me and the boss. And then the next attack is going to be a kind of a short-range explosion attack, so I don't want to be near the boss for that. Okay. And then here I was really debating about how to position Lucifer. She does have that energy circle L, and I did not want to put her in position where the energy circle would have hit the two masks. So I was really kind of wondering how to get around this. The best thing I figured to do was to position her on the right side of the screen, so that the energy circle would just go through the boss and not through the masks. So let's hit Lucifer, let's get that bump combo out, perfect. And then I think with Hamelin we're going to get rid of the gravity barriers. Alright, unfortunately, I'm going to take down both of the masks, and so take a lot of damage. But I also did a lot of damage to the boss, and there was no attack coming next turn, so that turned out fine. And we'll grab the heart, get a little bit of healing in from Raphael, and then move on to the next stage. But yeah, there I kind of underestimated the amount of speed that Hamelin would have picked up, so that's why that got a little bit out of hand. Okay, and then here is the Fudolmio stage. We want to get rid of the Fudolmio on the upper right, because he heals the main, which is on the lower left. Okay, almost there. Yeah, there's that healing. Yeah, if I didn't have the strong bump combos, this entire mission would be much more difficult. Yeah, but thankfully, since they do have those, I don't need to worry about mobility as much. Okay. Alright, so even with the speed down going through the gravity barrier, we're still able to get through that stage. And then here is the boss stage. We want to get rid of these four white guys, because they do have very strong attacks. So yeah, with Raphael, we'll just go and then set off some bump combos. Okay, pretty good. Alright, and then again with Lucifer, we'll just set off bump combos. And then the Felmains, they do have Demi-Hume Slayer, and Hamelin is a Demi-Hume, so that means extra damage there. Okay, but yeah, that was just 3 turns, and we got rid of all of the little white guys, so that was good. And then next up, we want to get rid of Fenrir here. And then if I can get everybody in between these two bosses, that would be ideal. And then the timing of when I want to use Hamelin's strike shot is a little bit tricky. To use it now would be too early. We want to use it after Fenrir goes away. Alright, so we have the 2 Babbles, and then we want to get rid of their gravity barriers. But a little bit later, there will be another group of little white guys that come out with their own gravity barriers. So the best time to use Hamelin's strike shot would be like right now. And then on the later turns, we would use the command strike shots, which wouldn't have to worry about the gravity barriers. Unfortunately, my timing for when his turn comes up was a little bit late. But we'll use it now, and we'll try not to hit the damage walls too much. We'll get rid of the gravity barriers. We'll do an unusually high amount of damage. Alright, little white guys come out with their gravity barriers, but the big gravity barriers are gone, so we'll go ahead and use our command strike shots. Okay, pretty good. Alright, and then let's use Lucifer's Grand Command Strike Shot, and then take down the boss. Okay, pretty good. Alright, so that was Hamelin, clearing the way for these null damage wall characters to beat floor 30 of the Tower of Champions. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you give Hamelin another try, and we'll see you again. Take care.